Hello friends, my name is Katie from Eternal Flame, and today I thought I'd share with you a lax chat about my 2025 planner system setup. So if you're interested in hearing about how I plan on using my 2 Hobonichi planners and 2 Midori planners in 2025, please stick around. Thanks friends. Before we get right into it today, I of course wanted to take this quick moment to thank you all so very much for taking the time to join me today. As always, if you enjoyed this video, definitely let me know by giving a thumbs up and making sure you're subscribed. Before we get right into the Hobonichi and Midori planners, I did want to do a quick shout out for my new planner friends in the DMV area. I went to my very first planner meetup, event, and the theme of the month was PinkTober, hosted by Tanya, sweet Tanya, that I met at Go Wild in 2023 in DC, and super grateful that I had this opportunity to meet up with these wonderful ladies. And so just passing on the message, make sure you check your boobies, ladies, for breast cancer awareness in October. Alrighty friends, so I am sharing with you too that I was very blessed to have won one of the donated items, which there's a whole thing to that too. So there's this brand called Yardleathersmith that is based out of Malaysia. You can find them. I'll leave information about their Instagram and how you can contact them for custom made leather covers for all different types of planners. And so they donated a set of maybe 5+ leather covers in this beautiful pink color. And so I was so lucky enough to have a winning ticket at number 8, which is my lucky number, one of my lucky numbers, and won this standard size cover, which thanks to Tanya, who recommended it, because I, of course, as a planner noob, did not realize that this is my Travelers Company vertical planner for 2024 was actually standard size, and so I didn't have a cover for it. She's like, girl, you need to put your raffle ticket in the standard size. So I did do that. So very fortunate. Thank you so much, Tanya, and this brand for donating these covers. How sweet is that they care enough about PinkTober and the cause to not only make these beautiful pink handmade leather covers and then to donate it to the cause. I thought that was really sweet. So I do definitely plan on checking out some of their other items. I did a little bit of research. It looks like either a male or a very sweet couple in Malaysia that makes these, and you can really tell. So in addition to planning, I also really love to sew, and I actually looked into making my own covers at some point and just completely flopped. So I can really appreciate the workmanship, the craftsmanship of their covers, and you can see that in the hand stitching. It's got a ton of pockets. It's just such a beautiful soft leather. I love soft leather, so you could feel it on the inside. People were coming over and checking it out. We took some pictures, so feel free to check out the group too as well, so I'll leave that down below. But anyways, without further ado, let's get right into my other planners for 2025. So that's for 2024. I'm really grateful because I got to use that, or get to use this for the rest of 2024. I may actually buy, or actually I don't need to buy them. I may resurrect some of my notebooks from the Travelers Company to continue to use this sweet cover in 2025. So it is more than just a few months out of the year. Okay, so I have, as mentioned, 2 Midori and 2 Hobonichi planners. And so I want to go over the Hobonichi planners first, because I think on this channel, I tend to feature my Hobonichi planners. We just went through the Hobonichi release, I would say fiasco. I didn't have a fiasco, but many seem to have. And I've actually been contemplating placing a second Hobonichi order, because I feel like, honestly, I feel like usually there's a lot of anxiety that comes into my Hobonichi orders every year. Anyways, I went on and saw that there were some items that I would have liked to pick up. And I don't know if this is a new thing, but I paid $30 in shipping for my first order. And now it has listed that in order to ship to the US, if you exceed $200, it's free shipping. So I was debating whether or not I should take advantage of that, because some of the items are quite pricey, including the covers and the tote bag that I want. So thinking about that, but also trying to save money. And so holding off a little bit. Anyway, so my first order, I ordered all the things. The first thing I ordered was the Hobonichi Cousin for $25 in English for my husband. So that's the only thing he wanted. I offered to get him another basic stencil, bags and things, I might get him a desk organizer. Like there's this little caddy that's actually not too bad. It was like $30 or so. Just because in our very tiny house, we have 2 bedrooms and one of them is my office, so he doesn't really have a space to himself, and I figured this would be an opportunity for him to just like pack his hobo and all his little minimalist, I would say, supplies for his planner system setup and his desk, his chargers and stuff, and just throw it all in the caddy. But anyways, don't tell him, because maybe I'll give it to him for Christmas. Hopefully he doesn't watch this video. So anyways, and then I also got a Hobonichi A6 English HON, similar to the one I had for 2024, except I got the botanical. So this one, the cover, sorry for the glare in advance, this cover is very similar to probably same artist as my Hobonichi Weeks in 2024 that you guys are familiar, probably being annoyed by the glare in 2024, but was really excited because I feel like it's almost a continuation of my 2024. So super excited about that. Like I said, this one's in English. I think I said that. And then also I got this very sweet Hobonichi Weeks cover. I think when I did the unboxing, I didn't fully appreciate this cover. I've had some time to play around with it. I love the way it feels. It's very soft. It's got some leather accents here, which I'm loving, especially after winning that pink one for 24, my traveler's notebook. It's got a little pocket in the back, actually very similar to that cover. It's got a zipper, also very similar to the pink one. You can see that here. It's got a magnetic clasp that I love. It's pretty lightweight, and this is my Hobonichi Weeks for 2025. Now, you all know that my Hobonichi Weeks is, it was so funny, someone I met at the planner meetup yesterday, I think her name was Keisha, and I think she said it perfectly. She said this was the gateway drug, I think, to her addiction, and absolutely, the Weeks was my gateway drug, and this is my absolutely, I fell in love with this in like 2 seconds when I saw it. I think very luckily, they ran out of the other Hobonichi Weeks that I would have gotten, which is the one with like, it had almost like a wallpaper stripe down there. Anyways, and so super excited about this because look at Mr. Grumpy Cat. You all know I love cats, and I got myself a Mr. Grumpy cat, so very, very excited for that. Anyways, already started to fill the pockets, as you can see here, with all the little things, and so that is going to be, so sorry, what I should have said is that this one, the plan for this is very similar to 2024, is to use the daily pages in here mainly as my journaling planner. So I travel a lot for work, and I just want to remember, you know, what restaurants we went to, anything major that happened in a day, not just traveling, but when I'm home here. And if sometimes when I'm watching videos or doing research, reading something, some things, a quote or a word might stand out to me, and so I like to use my brush pens and all of my mini stickers to fill the pages of this. And I feel like this, unlike the cousin, which I really struggle with, like I felt the cousin was intimidating because I felt like I needed to fill the pages, and I have very tiny handwriting. I would use very large stickers. This I feel like is more appropriately sized for my handwriting and the very minimal amount of journaling that I will be doing. Okay, so the Hobonichi Weeks, my plan, very similar to 24, is to use this as more of my everyday carry, my true everyday carry. I'll show you in a second, in the sense that that's going to be my brain dump space private planner. This one's going to be the one that I share with you all most frequently, probably in 25, where we do our little weekly spreads together. I used to do Plan With Me's in here. It's been quite some time since I've filmed one of those, and but this is really the one that I plan on sharing the most. Okay, so my 2 other planners, I actually am open to your thoughts, so please share with us all in the comment section down below. I love engaging with you all because you guys have such honest... This is kind of embarrassing, but I would consider myself a planner noob compared to a lot of you all as viewers, as well as the ladies that I met yesterday. They know so much about these planners, every single planner, like planners I've never even heard of, about paper and fountain pens, like all the things that I wish I knew. You all know better than me, so feel free to share. And actually, Yes, yes. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so I'm gonna go through the desktop one first because I can blaze through this, and then we can cover my everyday private planner in quite depth, like a lot of depth, because this is probably my favorite for 25. Okay, so this was an impulse buy on jet pens. I'll see if I can find it on Amazon and link it down below. This guy is also by Midori, and I impulse bought it because Midori is my safe place. I know the quality of their paper, their MD paper, and I know that I love it. I know that my pens perform well on it. It's my safe place. And so I saw this, I'm like, it's not that expensive, so let me just give it a shot. I will say I was a little shocked at how tiny this planner is. Hopefully, frame of reference, my face, it is really tiny. And I, as someone with very tiny handwriting, and yesterday I just met someone who had even tinier handwriting. So beautiful. And actually, yeah. So I am worried that I will not be able to write in this planner, but that is a-okay, because beyond these 4 planners that I'm sharing with you, I also have a very cheap monthly planner with a magnetic strip in the back, and I'll link it down below if you're interested, that I got on Amazon to put on our refrigerator so that my husband and I can coordinate schedules. But anyways, so this already started in October of 24. So if you all have plans, please share them now with how I should use this. And someone has shared how I'm supposed to be using the spread that I will share with you in a moment. But just to give you a close-up, as I mentioned, it's that off-white cream color paper that we all know and love from Midori. And so this is the monthly spread. Very, very tiny. I don't know how I'm going to use it, but maybe for appointments. Over here, also, this is that spread that I'm not entirely sure how I plan on using, and that a viewer has shared with me already their thoughts. But if you guys have any ideas of how I could use this, definitely share that down below. So this is actually supposed to be a standing desktop planner, and I'm actually contemplating using this as my appointment planner in my purse, and I'll tell you why in 1 second. So after you get a bunch of months here, and so it starts in October of 24, and then it ends in December of 25, so quite a bit of coverage here. Oh no, January of 26 actually. There's a ton of this really, really tiny graph paper. And so I bring this up and share it with you all because I had originally planned to use my freebie from the Hobonichi 1101 order with the graph paper in here as something to throw in my purse so that my husband and I can coordinate on our farm dreams and sketch out. For example, right now we're in the process of designing and hopefully soon building a little cat hut for our barn kittens to keep them warm in the winter and cool in the summer. So this would be really great for sketching that out and coordinating that. And then finally in the back, there's very, very few, to my dismay actually, checklists back here, but maybe this is a great way to keep my goals for 2025 very focused and not so much tracking do the laundry every week, but more so hey, build the cats a little hut, or we're looking to build a shed, build our garden out, and plant a bunch of fruit trees. So things like that, maybe I can keep us focused on the larger goals here on our farm. So that's the plan for this planner. And lastly is this awesome Midori, planner. And I saved this one for last because it is my favorite. It is going to be my everyday carry. It's a new planner for me. And so I would say this is also an impulse buy. I had actually intended to get one of the Midori date books, which I will also link. I used in 2023 as my everyday carry, kept track of appointments. There's some things I didn't like about it. I felt like it was too compact. It only had monthly spreads. It was in Japanese, so I had to write in Monday, even though it was Monday start, I had to write in Monday through Sunday. I had to write in the the months as well. But I will link it down below because it had its pros. It was so compact that there was not one purse that I couldn't fit it in, which is impressive because I have some really abnormally small purses. Don't ask me why. And so I decided to upgrade and to try to find a balance between like compact and something I can travel with, as well as something that had enough space to keep track of some important things that I felt like I missed out in 23. So that's what I landed on, this one. I actually also debated the B6, which I will include as well. I think they had dailies or weeklies. But anyway, so this is what it is. I actually originally wanted the beige cover with the black cat on it, but it was out of stock when I placed my order. But if I can find it, I'll link it down below because I find these things, first thing is check everywhere. I link Amazon just because that's what I have and it's easy for me to access, but check JetPens. Like I got a couple of these on JetPens. You can get Hobonichi. I ordered my Hobonichi planners from the 1101 site, but you can get them on Amazon and JetPens. And like, they run in and out of stock. The prices change. So definitely do your homework and figure out what's best for you. Some people just want it shipped very quickly, and that's where Amazon comes in. And sometimes I find that Amazon has like the English version or a better pricing. Sorry, for some things, which just blows my mind. Excuse me. Hopefully I can edit that out. Okay, so what do I love about this, guys? Midori MD paper, solid go-to. Love the cream off-white color of it. I really love, so some of the wonderful ladies that I met yesterday actually brought their bullet journals and did a flip through of them for me, which was so sweet. I can so very much appreciate the amount of effort and talent that like goes into building your own bullet journal, because I did it before. I did it in 2020, I think, when COVID first hit. So I had tons of time and by myself. And since then, I haven't bullet journaled. I had an itch to start bullet journaling again when I received my last order from Hubman and Chub Girl, where they gifted me so sweetly, thank you, this beautiful bullet journal. It was very smooth. I love the dot grid in the bullet journal. I love the little kitty on the front of the cover, and it inspired me to take on bullet journaling again. But what really holds me back from bullet journaling every year since 2020 is that when you have, well, 7 different planners to keep up with, and also, you know, life in a farm and 20 animals to feed, sometimes you just don't have the time to put into setting up your annual and your monthly spreads. And so I really appreciated their talent, oh my goodness, and their like enthusiasm for bullet journaling. And so for me, this was that compromise. If you take a moment, I will flip through with you and do a close-up of these spreads in this cute little planner. But I also want to give you an idea of how tiny this planner is, because if your handwriting is much larger than mine, you might struggle to be able to write in here. So it says 2025 diary. It's got all these beautiful little doggy graphics in here. You can see that here. I love the burnt orange / sunshine yellow theme of these spreads. Over here you'll see is the 2025 calendar, so the year at a glance. And what I love about it is Monday start, and it has like a very handwritten vibe to it, if that makes sense. So it's what I would strive to achieve and probably fail to achieve. This is the yearly schedule, I guess, what I typically like to use to track birthdays. And because this will be in my private everyday carry, that's exactly what I'll use it for. And then there's this future log. This guy used to take me so long to set up because you would have to write all of the months again, and then I would always mess up the numbering, you know, no matter how many times I would sketch it out. So really appreciate that I don't have to spend the many hours to do that, but I still get the beautiful aesthetic, like better than I could have ever done myself, of a bullet journal. Here is a glimpse at the monthly spreads, and if you can see, it is a Monday start, which is my favorite. It has a very, very faint horizontal line here that separates each day into like morning and afternoon, which I will really enjoy using. And then unlike my date book from 23, it has the month already, not only in numerical form, but also in English. So January here. And then it's got a couple of check paws down here. You can see that. And then, so that goes all the way for the whole year into, let's see, December of 25. And then here is a glimpse at the weekly spreads, very familiar to how I would often set up my weekly spreads in my bullet journal. And so you'll have Monday start, and then there's some excess here with these beautiful graphics. A lot of times I'll show you in subsequent weeks, you can actually fit in, like if I were to use my Midori paintable stamp with the check boxes, I could do that right here for like the top 4 priorities of the week. And then you can also see that there's some very faint horizontal lines, and then a couple of hatches here if you want to separate these lines in half, which I can really appreciate. So I'll definitely play around with that. What I love about it, it has just enough design and color that I don't feel like I need to add anything to it. Love the quality of the paper, as we had mentioned earlier. And then lastly, I'm going to go over the pages in the back because I think these are super special as well. So there's quite a bit of dot grid back here. If I'm being honest, the grid paper in the Hobonichi Weeks I tend to never use. So I'm actually excited that this has a good amount, but not too much. And so I just wanted to give you a close-up to see the detail of this dot grid paper. You can see the faint dot grid, and then the graphics of the little paws and the puppies. And just fun fact, the puppy changes on every one of these. So if you thought maybe, oh, they cheated, and not cheated, but made it easy and just copied it for each page, they did not. They went out and actually drew out different puppies. Okay. So over here is this extensive wish list, which I actually really adore because I love the graphic of the puppy just staring up at the many things that they long for in 2025. And so, a little different, I think, than I have in the past. I might try to use this wish list less for material things and more for experiences or things that I want to get done on the farm, just to try to pull away from all the material things that I want in life. But whether or not it's really going to stop me from shopping, probably not. But it's a good try, Katie. Okay, so over here, there's also a habit tracker, which I'm pretty excited about. I contemplated what I wanted to track, and if I'm being honest, I think given my struggles this year with my autoimmune disease, I think that this might be a great way for me to track the days that I have a little bit more energy and less struggle, just to keep my eyes on the prize. You know, the goal is to get better, and I think this would give me like a high level view when reviewing with my doctor, you know, how I've been feeling and whether I've been getting better over the many months of being put on my medication. Okay, so this one here is probably very familiar to you all too as bullet journalers. This is the book log, and I've tried these in the past, and if I'm being really honest, I'm not very good at this at all. So hopefully this will inspire me to just read more. And then my favorite here is the sleeping log. And if I'm being honest, I don't actually know how to use the sleeping log. So having a template is really great. I've been thinking that I needed to track my sleep because I have a lot of issues with sleep. And very lastly is this, or second to lastly, is this spread here, which I'm really excited about because it can highlight a box per month of the year. And so I've thought about maybe finding like a theme for each month, like maybe something that we did together. I feel like October has a theme. I don't know what it is, but just finding a theme or maybe something I was grateful for that month. Would love to hear your thoughts on how you all typically use that spread. And then finally is this personal page where you get to put all of your contact information. God forbid you were to ever lose your planner. And if I'm being honest, I've seen like people on Reddit who post that they found someone's bullet journal, and I I kind of freak out, and you read through it just out of curiosity. But I think to myself, like, oh man, if I were to lose my bullet journal, I would really hope that someone could find me. So sometimes you're like, maybe I should put my real name in there. And my real contact information. But anyways, friends, thanks so much for taking the time to join me today. I really appreciate it. As I mentioned, I really appreciated the opportunity that I had yesterday to meet these wonderful ladies and celebrate Pinktober, spread awareness for breast cancer. And yeah, I really hope that you all enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye, friends!